It's a Top That Trade Day. Joining us now, Phil Flynn of Fox Business Network contributor and Alan Nuckman of Agora Financial. Here we go, guys, with round number one in our trader game. Optimism wins. After all the world has been through with the new stock market highs, what's left to worry about? Do you try to call a downturn or stick with the trend is your friend?
Well, I'm not worried, but I'm worried that people are getting less worried, if it means anything. So looking at a recent report from Citibank, they said that they've got a lot of rising red flags if they're looking at the global stock market. So I think 8 or 9 out of 18, the most since 2007. So they're concerned about inflation. But if I look at Citibank, it's the stock that's been trading between 40 and 60 now for the year. So that target's 80 and has come back to that 60. So I might be looking at that stock as an opportunity. I'm not worried about anything yet. Their concern is inflation.
I think in the short term, the stock market's going to get a big boost from the expected spending that we're going to get from the new administration. When it comes from infrastructure, when it comes to COVID relief, that should give us a sugar high. But I am concerned about the possibility of inflation later in the year. Energy prices, number one. I think the problem that we are seeing is that a huge underinvestment in the energy sector right now. People are afraid to invest in energy right now because, they don't want to be looked poorly upon because, of the green energy push. And under Joe Biden, when you're canceling the Keystone Pipeline, when you're putting more regulations on energy, that's going to mean higher prices, less supply. So I'm worried that that could be a headwind for the economy later next year.
Round number 2, land grab. Bill Gates is the largest landowner in the U.S. But do you like Microsoft or the land to grow soybeans?
We've got beans in the teens. That's a big deal for traders. We saw in 2012, I think beans got up to 18. So this recent rally from 8 up to 14, I'm looking to see if it can pull back a little bit. I think it has more opportunity. If it can come back down and unteen itself, get into the 11 level, I'm looking at jumping on board when it comes to soybeans. But if you look at Microsoft is kind of stalled here between 200 and 230. So we'll see what the next leg higher is. But I think both are good investments at this time.
I think we're going to see beans above the teens for some period of time. I think we're in a bullish cycle. I think we can see grain prices see the type of run we saw in 2007 and 2008.
Weather.
Dollar corn? We could.
Weather. Man, we got a lot of variables.
Round number 3, sunny money. Pick a sun stock or a commodity to grow rich.
Farmers are getting paid a lot of money now to build solar farms on their farmland. But they can do it in conjunction with their crops, which is really good for them and good for everybody, I guess. So I was looking at it and I was trying to find an investment there. But looking at some of the solar companies, SunPower went from 2 to 40. First Solar went from 30 to 105. And Canadian Solar, we don't want to figure about Canada, went from 12 to 60. So those solar stocks have already up and gone. But my commodity play is cotton. I think cotton is interesting because it's been, in my 50 years on this earth, has been roughly between 50 cents and $1 here in America. So a breakout above $1, you can see $1.50 once again.
How can you want Canadian solar stocks? They don't see the sun for like 10 months of the year, right? I mean,
it's not Antarctica.
Oh, okay. There's no doubt the solar stocks had a big pop. And then, of course, we had a big drop recently because they actually looked at earnings and realized these guys aren't making any money.
Here's your bonus round question for today. True or false, Starbucks could play a role in the rollout of the COVID vaccine. True or false?
True.
True.
It's absolutely true. The governor of Washington State is enlisting Starbucks, Microsoft, Costco, and other big companies to help with its vaccine rollout. Great job today, guys. Business First AM continues right around the corner.